at @AYITTV. On Twitter, we are at twitter.com/@AYITTV. On YouTube, we are at @AYITTV. Kindly subscribe to our channel so that every other single time we go live, you're in position to feed on what we bring to your table. Turn on notifications. Every other time we are live, you will basically get informed to do that. We pledged to always give you the latest that happens in sports. Let it be basketball, athletics, Olympics, football, volleyball, woodball, cricket, tennis, volleyball, basketball, anything called sports. We are always in position to give you what transpires right away. It's been a while. I missed you. I guess you missed me too. We are glad because we had had a very tight schedule. Every other single time we could be covered up during live events and such stuff. But we are glad we are yet again on your TV to give you what transpires in the world of sports. As it stands, there is a lot to cover today. One of the top stories being that Uganda Premier League season has once again happened to end prematurely, declaring Express FC, the Red Eagles, as the title champions. I repeat, Uganda Premier League has been ended prematurely one more time, and Express FC, the Red Eagles, have been declared as the champions of the PL season of 2020-2021. We have a lot of stories to cover today, one of them being that Sekafa Challenge Cup. Sekafa Challenge Cup is also on. The Uganda Cranes under 23, a squad of 25 players together with 10 officials traveled to Saudi Arabia last night. That was on Tuesday at 11 p.m. to prepare itself to the Sekafa Challenge Cup as they look forward to clinch their 15th title challenge that will go down in Ethiopia. I will be bringing stories of that and more. Then we have stories about basketball. The Uganda national basketball team, call them the Gazeras, have withdrawn from the forthcoming challenge, citing lack of financial support. I remember so well in my geography classes that word lack would be kind lots in using lack. They would always to tell us about inadequate funds. So this time around, the same point of inadequate funds has seen the Uganda national basketball team, I call them the Gazares, have withdrawn from the forthcoming challenges. Then we have transfers. In the next 24 hours, Lionel Messi, one of the world's greatest footballers of our century, will be a free agent until he renews his contract, which we anticipate will keep him at Camp Nou for the next 3 years. That will be stretching up to 2025. Then away from that, we will talk about Euro. Euro is rolling with England, proving a number of haters. We all had thought, we had all started throwing stones at the Gareth Southgate side, citing poor performance because out of their last 3 games they had before the last night, they had only won by 1-0. That single goal margin, we thought it would not take them praises until last night when they faced off with Germany, and goals from Harry Kane together with Manchester City's Raheem Sterling sent the 3 Lions to the next stage of the competition, which will be the quarter-finals. I'll be telling you who will play who on quarter-finals and when. Keep tuned in here. Then away from that, we will talk about stories to do with Uganda women's basketball. I talked about that already. Then the squad that has been selected for Sekafa under 23 has also been unveiled by Awan Vyekwaso, who is serving in as an interim manager following sacking of the Uganda Cranes national team coach. Then Express FC happened to win their 7th title. URA now returns to continent football, one of a kind they had not had since 2015. Then Mulindwa has gone ahead to take a swipe at Kajoba, citing the process of getting a good quality manager is underway. He has promised all the entire family of Vipers that they should be ready for the next big name, because he vowed that even if it requires him to break the bank, he will do, so long as he brings in a kind of a coach who will have that mentality to win. That coach will be having respect for players, and a coach who is formal. He talked about this, citing the resignation of one Kajoba, because he cited him like his resignation was informal, much as at the time of appointment, Mulindwa says he gave this guy a contract. Everything was formal, but for him to resign, he just waved at players and the technical team and just jumped into the car. We'll be bringing depth of this story. Then away from that, we will talk about the other preparations for the promotional playoffs. With coronavirus pandemic, a lot of things have changed. First of one being the cancellation of the Uganda Premier League, and now we have issues to do with in other areas to do with Ugandan football. There is Stanbic Uganda Cup, as well as the FIFA Big League, together with Stanbic Uganda Cup, then the FIFA Big League, together with the promotionals of who will get promoted to the Uganda Premier League season. Then away from that, we will talk about what it means for the cancellation of the Uganda Premier League season. This means that this decision sends Chetume, Chitala FC, and Maraba Youth Development Association, call it Maida FC, into relegation. We'll be bringing you that. Then that is all. Allow me to get down, starting off with, let's start off with the Uganda Cranes team that has been selected to feature in the Sekafa under 23. Finally, the squad was confirmed, and Biekwaso happened to name a 25-player squad, having big names like Ruanga and Sadat Anaku of KCCA FC, who is a big name in the KCCA jersey, as well as the Uganda Premier League season of 2020-2021, having netted over 10 goals for KCCA. We thought he would be included in the provisional squad, in the final squad rather, that has traveled to Saudi Arabia, but one Ranga together with Anaku, they have all been left out. Actually, to bring you to your face of who has been named in the squad, we have Coach Morebe Ekwaso has finally named a squad of 25 players who traveled to Saudi Arabia last night for the forthcoming under 23 Sekafa tournament. From the named 25, the coach will have to drop more 2 players, so that they will remain 23 players that will represent the country at this year's Sekafa tournament. Then the duo of KCCFC, that is Charles Ranga together with their skipper Sadat Anaku, as well as Sports Club defender Gavin Chizito, are not part of this squad. That means that Express FC's captain Enoch Walsimbi will be the reliable and best skipper of the Uganda under 23 team, and then attacking midfielder, that is Said Cheyune, has also been included in the squad. The squad departed last night for Saudi Arabia. That was Tuesday at 11 p.m. They have traveled to Saudi Arabia, where they will play the national team of Saudi Arabia, call it the Falcons, twice in 2 friendlies. That will be, the first one will go down on July 2nd, which is about 2 days away from today, and then the other one will come 3 days later, which will be on 15th. Then players who are at the age of 23, together with other players who are above 3 years of the said category, will take part in the championship that is scheduled to kick off on July 17th. That will be in Bahul in Bahir Dar in Ethiopia. So Uganda, apparently we are the defending champions after we beat Eritrea. That was in 2019 in Kampala. That is at Nambore Mandela National Stadium, Nambore, whereby we recorded our 14th Sekafa Challenge title, with this one being our 15th challenge. We hope the boys will make us proud. and we will be so good to go. Then breaking into the squad who has been selected to feature in, we start off with goalkeeper. We have Lukwago Charis of KCCA FC together with Elik Chibowa of UPDF, and then Matov Hassan Muyomba still of KCCA FC are the three reliable goalkeepers we shall look up to in the campaign, together with the friendlies that will come a little bit earlier before the competitions take on. Then talking about defenders, coach Biekwa Somore has selected the one Enoch Walusimbo of Express FC together with Abdu Aziz Kayondo of Vipers, actually together with George Kadu of Wakiso Giants, Musa Ramadan of KCCA, Kenneth Semakul of Bur FC, together with Magambo Peter of KCCA FC still. This sounds like a KCCA affair because they have registered already 2 goalkeepers. And here in the line of defenders, there are about 2 of them. That means KCCA alone in the 2 positions, that is defense and goalkeeping, they have 4 players already. Then talking about midfielders, coach More Biekwaso has looked onto the service of Bobos Biaruhanga of Vipers Sports Club, and then Abdul Karim of Watambara, that is Vipers Sports Club. Then Cheyune Saidi, who is apparently a free agent, is not attached to any club. Then together with Stephen Serada of KCCFC, Bright Anukan, again of KCCFC, Isma Mugulusi of Busoga United FC, together with Salim Abudara of Sports Club Vira. They make up the bunch that will play our midfield in the forthcoming Sekafa challenge. Then talking about the forwards, who will be looking up to give us the goals, to convert goals, to bring balls to the backs of the nets of our opponents. We shall look up to Mokwara Stephen Desi of URAFC together with Ivan Bogel of Wakiso Giants. Then names like Sadamu Maseleka of Sports Club Vira, Julius Poroto of KCCFC, Richard Basangwa of Vipers Sports Club, Najib Iga, Vipers still, Hakim Chiwanuka of Proline FC, then Derek Kakoza of Police FC together with Samuel Senyonjo. Those are 25 players that will take part in the forthcoming challenge, Sekafa Challenge Cup, whereby Uganda Cranes national team will be featuring in. So names like Aranga and Sadat Anaku have missed out. As I earlier said, the squad boarded last night, and our trip to Saudi Arabia has been cleared by Saudi Arabia Association of Football. They have facilitated the trip because the team left around Entebbe at 11 and they boarded Qatar Airways QL 1386, and our travel has been funded by the Saudi Arabian Football Association. Then while on duty there, they will play Falcons twice, and then they will bounce back to Ethiopia on 17th July to have the Sekafa Under 23 tournament go on. Then away from that, we cross and talk about the Uganda Premier League season. It finally came to an end amidst coronavirus pandemic regarding the presidential guidelines, together with the guidelines of Ministry of Health on how to go about the coronavirus variant pandemic that is on. The games, all sports activities, we are suspended for the next 42 days. I hope today we are in day 10, if my math is right. So all sports activities have been cancelled, and this is the reason why the FIFA came out to make a declaration of ending the season prematurely, citing an article, as I will be showing you down here, because this is in line with the law. It is not just by FIFA's own making, it is within the law that if the season is hit by crisis and unavoidable crisis, and regarding some different grounds, one of them being that if all the teams have played 75% of games, which is so true because actually the season was coming to an end with about 3 or 4 games to go. So FIFA has come out to decide the cancellation of the Uganda Premier League. What does this one mean? This means that the Red Eagles Express FC have been declared the champions of the Uganda Premier League season of 2020-2021 season. This means that this is their 7th title that has been put into their accolades. They have been accredited one more time for their 7th time right now. And then Uganda Revenue Authority, who were runners up, now return to the continent as the FIFA ends the league. This announcement came on Tuesday 29th, that was actually yesterday, to end the 2021 Star Times Uganda Premier League season, citing Article 18 of Section 1, subsection C and D, as I will be getting to, whereby they say, where the league format due to circumstances of force majeure is not played to completion, the league winner shall be determined as follows: where at least one club has played more than 75 of the league games, and the following formula shall be used by terms of conditions to determine the league positions. If the total number of points and from the number of games played multiplied by the total number of games supposed to be played divided by the number of games played. A lot of math in there. But what you need to know, you our esteemed viewer of 8TV, is that the 2021 season has been ended prematurely. Actually, this is not the first time this one has happened. Together, if I can take you back to the season of 2019-2020, still it was cancelled, giving Vipers its title. Giving Vipers its title. So this is the 2nd season in a row having the Ugandan Premier League season cancelled right away. So as a result, KCC Express FC, who had last won the Uganda Premier League in 2012, you could say this is a blessing in disguise, regarding that even the table was so tight, with Express having their last time they won this league was in 2012. That is about 9 years ago. They have once again been declared as winners following the consideration. So this means it is their 7th title after leading the standings with 58 points. At the point of consideration, of cancellation rather, Express FC was already in the first position at 58 points, just 1 point ahead of Uganda Revenue Authority Football Club, and 2 points ahead of last season winners, who are the St. Mary's Stadium-based team, that is Lawrence Mlindwa's Vipers Sports Club. So the decision also means that Red Eagles, which is Express FC, will represent Uganda in the CAF Champions League, while URA will represent who have finished 2nd, will now return to the continent as they represent the country in the CAF Confederation Cup representatives, where they last featured in 2015. You could say that this cancellation sounds like a blessing in disguise for these two teams that had last taken on the same honors they have been given today upon cancellation. One of them being Express, last one in 2012, that is 9 years ago, and then URA, which last participated in the continent football in 2015, that is about 6 years ago, 6 or 5 years ago. They are now back to the continent football. All this in the name of the cancellation of Uganda Premier League season. And then what does this decision mean for the relegation? This means that the Chagwe Best, that is Chetume FC, together with Maraba Youth Development Association, that is Maida FC, together with Chetume FC, have been relegated to the 2nd National League tier, which is the FUFA Big League, the country's 2nd tier league. And then other considerations taken included a decision on the Stanbic Uganda Cup, as I earlier said, and then with the EXCO insisting games will have to be played to the conclusion from the semis. So for the case of Stanbic Uganda Cup, it has not been cancelled because they had reached already on the level of semi-finals. So FIFA has decided that these will start. It's just a matter of time when we'll be told which single date or which specific date that this competition will resume. But all you have to know from me and HTV Sports is that semi-finals of Stanbic Uganda Premier League will restart. Hopefully this will be at the start or towards the start of the Uganda Premier League of 2021-2022 season. Then the big league playoff the big league promotional playoffs. Remember, at the end of every other Uganda Premier League season, the first two teams, the first one takes the trophy home, just like Express SFC has done. Then the second runners up, which is URAFC. URAFC represents the country in the CAF Confederations Cup. Then the bottom three gets relegated. They get relegated, and then we have promotions from the FIFA Big League, just like how we have the three from the Uganda Premier League go down to the FIFA Big League. Then we have the top three of FIFA Big League stepping up to the Uganda Premier League. So for this case, the Big League promotional playoffs will be played to determine. Remember, every team, like from Renzoli and another team from Elgon Group, there are two groups. So a table leader from Renzoli gets a direct qualification to the National League. A table leader from Elgon Group also gets an automatic promotion to the Premier League. But then the third team to get promoted has to play the FIFA Big League promotional playoffs. For their case, they will have to be played to determine the third team that joins Toro United and then Arua Hill. Remember, Toro United and Arua Hill are the already two teams that have qualified for the Uganda Premier League season. However, this will only be done when they get a clearance from the National Council of Sports, called it National NSSC, together with the guidelines from the Ministry of Health regarding the spread of COVID-19. So that is all. That is the fate of the Ugandan Premier League. Then away from that, we still talking about the Ugandan football. We cross to St. Mary's, whereby Mulindwa has taken a swipe at Kajoba and Waswa Bossa and has come out to confirm a search for new coach. So Lawrence Mulindwa has confirmed to Vipers that they are in search of a new head coach following the resignation of one Fred Kajoba. For starters, Fred Kajoba was one of the few days, actually not few days, I think like a month ago, he was asked to choose between the national team, which is the Uganda Cranes, and then the coaching roles of Vipers. He was put in to a condition to choose between two, and from Fred Kajoba's press conference he held then, he came out to say that he didn't even think twice. He just chose Uganda Cranes right away. That means resignation from the Vipers. So today, Lawrence Mulindwa, who is the director of St. Mary's stadium-based team, that is Vipers Sports Club, has come out to confirm a search for new coach. So the club boss has revealed that he has specific qualities that he is looking up to, who will take in as a new coach. From his words, he says, I can confirm that we are in the process of recruiting a coach, but we are taking our time. Even if it means breaking the bank to get one with top qualities, we shall. So these are the words of Lawrence Mulindwa. He says we need a coach, one with a winning mentality, a coach who can be respected by the players, and a coach who has come out to achieve, not to just celebrate because they have won a single Ugandan Cup. So that is it. He says, we want a coach who will strengthen our youth program because we have a lot of talent here from the school. But what has been your contribution since you came? If I may ask some of the past coaches we have had, including a recent one, we need a coach who is very professional, somebody with a character, one with enough exposure, and one who is in position to conquer African football. Those are the words of Lawrence Mulindwa. So maybe, according to all these votes, we expect a very big name in the seat for the Vipers Sports Club. Let's keep our hopes on and our eyes on to see who will basically come in as new Venom's head coach. During his press conference, he pinned one Fred Kajoba out of resigning unceremoniously. He says he just said bye to prayers and got into the car and left. Lawrence Mulindwa condemns this, saying that this was very, very unprofessional, citing that if you have been given a job and everything has been formally, just like the appointment and the contract talks, then still resignation should be formal. This is a different case to do with one Fred Kajoba. So he has condemned the way Fred Kajoba left Venom's staff. Then away from that, we have lots of stories to cover today. Before we go for the commercial break, let's cover Sekafa Under 23 Championship kickoff date. I think we have talked about this, but now this is just a change in date because formerly citing what the Council of East and Central African Football Association has come out with, that is Sekafa, they've decided on a decision to postpone the Under 23 Championship by 2 weeks. The development was confirmed on Monday via a Zoom meeting that was attended by Sekafa member associations. So in the statement that was released by Awan Sekafa Executive Director, that is Awan Oka Gejewo, he said that this tournament that is slated to take place in Ethiopia, and it will start on 17th July, moving from the initial kickoff date of 3rd July. So we will go for Sekafa on 17th July, not 3rd July as earlier communicated. So this is according to the Sekafa director Awan Owucho. Then away from that, let's talk about basketball, whereby the national team called the Gazares have withdrawn from the Afro Basket qualifiers. So the Uganda women's basketball team, call it the Gazares, have withdrawn from the upcoming FIBA AfroBasket Zone 5 qualifiers in Kigali. This comes out of the FUFA confirmation. FUBA confirmed the development in a press release that was done on Monday, citing the failure to secure efficient financial support from the government. What FIBA says is the Federation of Uganda Basketball Association has today, which was on Monday, unfortunately made a difficult and painful decision to withdraw its participation from AfroBasket qualifiers women that will take place between 12th and 17th July 2021 after having confirmed its participation in FIBA. A decision was reached after failing to fetch much needed support from the government. Much as what they are citing is that FUBA wrote to the National Council for Sports on 2nd June asking for about 1.2 billion, which was supposed to cater for the Gazares, called them the national basketball team, Silverbacks, and under 16 team engagements, but their plea was turned down by NSC Secretary General, that is Bernard Ogwal, saying that the government's priority was rather to prepare the team for the upcoming Olympic Games in Tokyo. So you realize this is not the first time our sport has been hit by financial concerns. One of the most recent ones being that following the resignation of about 3 key players, that was Hassan Waswa, Dennis Onyango, it was still an issue to do with finance, whereby they cited some allowances were made to be facilitated to individual players, and this never happened. Then I remember way back in 2016, was it 2017, 2018, around there, where the national team still was supposed to fly for AFCON, if I'm not mistaken, in there, but still their flight was delayed, still an issue to do with finance. So you realize the game of football, the game of sport in particular, I think it needs enough of financial support, because every single day it is finance. I think we can do better. So that is it. Again, finance has seen the national basketball team called the Gazares withdraw from the forthcoming FUBA competitions. Then away from that, I think that is all we had for you for the first half of the show. We return in the next hour, basically to talk about Euro 2020 as well as the transfer gossip. How far with Jadon Sancho joining Manchester United? I think this is the most trending story. Different pundits are writing on it. So it's not different anywhere here. The sports anchor here, Awan Erioda and Mesut, is in to tell you what is going down in the world of transfers. Let's go for a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Elite Sports.
Nice basic James from behind, and J.R. Smith got the ball. What a block by LeBron.
Elite Sports.
Welcome from the commercial break. Once again, my name is Erioda Enda Mesut. We are giving you this live 8 sports show from 8 TV. We are safe and sound from the heart of Mbara City on a very bright Wednesday. Call it Women Crash Wednesdays. Talking about WCLs, WCWs. Allow me give my shout out to our one Patricia Ozil. Call her Ainembabas Christine, who is a midwife at Rengo, at one of the Rengo hospitals. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have my very own Asingwile Apollo. He's watching me from Kazo. A big shout outs to you, my boy. I have Diego Lema Junior. Diego Lema John is also watching in. We have so many friends of ours that are catching this show live. Then away from that, we cross and talk about Euro 2020. Talking about Euro 2020, a lot is happening. One of them being England proving us wrong. Each one of us thought England wasn't ready for this competition. Not because they lack players, but maybe most of them were looking at the selection of Gareth Southgate, because England in the first place has big names. Big names actually. Out of their 9 out of their 12 players play in the big clubs. They play in the big clubs. Let's start off with Harry Kane. He plays for Tottenham Hotspurs. We talk of Marcus Rashford. He is a best striker before Cavani came in and Marshall competing the other way around. He has been the prime striker at Manchester United. We have Awan Bukayo Saka. He's still a wonder kid. Yeah, he's a kid, but such a wonder. He plays for Arsenal. We talk about Jadon Sancho, plays for Borussia Dortmund. We have people like this right back, Awan Kyle Walker. He has been in 2 Champions League. He has that exposure and experience. He is the prime number 2 for Manchester City, which is one of the giant clubs in Europe. We have the other side of left back, Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw plays for Manchester United, who finished 2nd last season. And they are a common name in the domestic league of England. We have names like Harry Kane. Harry Kane is one of the leading top scorers. Actually, for the last 3 seasons, he has defended his golden boot. We have names like Jack Grealish, who plays for Aston Villa, and he's been highly priced. He's one of the big names. But all along we wondered why England had waited for this long to put up a performance, because you have to agree with me that the performance England put on Germany was an extraordinary one. They composed the game, the defense was disciplined, the midfield was very well composed. Actually, I think with the exception of France, who have Paul Pogba, together with the champion of Europe, N'Golo Kante, who has been gossiped to be a very big Ballon d'Or contender. I think with the exception of France, England has had of the best midfields. Yesterday's one was kind of more unique. Harry Kane happened to net his first goal of the tournament, besides being given a first starting opportunity for the last 3 games in this European Championship. So we all wondered why. Last night's work rate, or the effort that England put on, I think was one of a kind for this championship. So we wondered why. And believe me or not, at this stage, now that England is into the quarterfinals, we expect the best out of them. Maybe putting this to Gareth Southgate, he has been pinned on his selection. Let's go back to the opening match. He did a number of surprise show-ups. One of them being Kieran Trippier, that was forced to play in the left back. When you have a fit Luke Shaw, come on. So, but I think as it stands right now, England against Germany was a very, very exciting game. They put up their best. The 3 Lions were on fire. Then Manchester United guys came out and blamed it on. You see, there is a hot gossip of Jadon Sancho crossing to Manchester United. So maybe Manchester United fans, and not basically Manchester United fans, I think almost each one of us in the sport, we thought when you have a very fine Jadon Sancho, you could play him here and there. He's not too bad. But to our surprise, I think for the last 4 games, he has played for less than 20 minutes, if I have that right. So there we are. Then away from that, we had entertaining games. One of them being Spain. I think, believe me or not, I'm not the only one who has been surprised by Spain. Because since 2012, was it 2012? When they won the Euro. From then, they have not been standouts. They have not been outstanding. But to my surprise, they faced off with, come on, which team was it? It was Croatia, I think. Yeah, it was Croatia, and Spain schooled Croatia. Much as this game went to the extras, and Spain managed to come out as a winner. Big congratulations for Spain. But then we have to talk about the striking line of Spain. I think it still has questions. Morata has missed out a number of chances, but I think he helped his team on qualification to the quarterfinals, so we have to credit him for that. But I think he has to work on his consistency. I think his performance has to start matching with our expectations. And then away from that, we go to Germany. You wonder why Germany has not stabilized of yet. Just like England, actually some guys were making fun of England and Germany game, saying that these 2 teams were too weak, that actually the 2 of them could lose at the same time. Kind of impossible in the game of football. Either side has to win or they draw. But I think Germany, is it because they have average players? Because when you look through around their squad, there is no that game changer that you look up to and be like, yeah, this one will do us wonders. You start with Noah. Manuel Noah has always been given regular football on the national team, so it's no surprise, and I think he does so well. We remember him making a good save towards Sterling's shot, and quite good performances in the league, in the championship. But then you realize there is no that game changer. You can't trust Muller, you cannot trust Kimmich, you cannot rely on Sane. Sane is not given enough time to feature in. I think German has to restructure. I do not know how and through who, but I think Germany has to restructure, or else they are losing their glory. So right about now, the championship, they have advanced to quarterfinals. I think we have 8 teams so far. One of them is England, we have Spain, we have Denmark, we have Czech Republic, we have Belgium, we have Switzerland. Actually, talking about Switzerland, we give out a shout out to Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka apparently is being linked to making a transfer to the Italian side, to the Mourinho side, AS Roma. With the asking price has been at 18 millions, but after his display, sending France home, that game whereby he assisted the only goal in the game before they went in for the spot kicks. He put on a very good performance. He was very commanding. He was disciplined. Not our Saka who could make uncalled for tackles. I think he was very well disciplined. I think he got booked once, and actually he will miss out on the quarterfinals. Kind of sad for him, but we hope his team progresses to the next stage. So out of his performance, the Arsenal, a family, and the whole family that talks sport, they think Granit Xhaka deserves more than 18 millions, or if anything, he could win himself a contract extension at Arsenal. I think Arsenal's players have had a very good run in the competitions, with the exception of Kellan Tierney, who Scotland was eliminated, I think, in the knockout stages. Knockout or group stages, I think. Group stages. Then we have Bukayo Saka. His England is into the quarterfinals. We have who else? Granit Xhaka, Switzerland is also to the quarterfinals. And who else? I think those are the only two whose teams have made it to the quarterfinals. We wish them so well. So talking about quarterfinals, about 8 teams. I said Belgium, England, Czech Republic, Denmark, Italy, Spain. Who else? I said Belgium. Yeah, about 8 teams. Switzerland. Actually, to break to you who have advanced to the quarterfinals, which will be played on Friday. That is the day after tomorrow, on 2nd, together with 3rd July. That will be on Saturday. That's when we will have the quarterfinals. I think that's when we will have the quarterfinals. So talking about who have advanced to the quarterfinals, the 8 teams have progressed to the quarterfinals. And if I am to break to you which teams will be playing together, we will start off with Italy. Let's start off with Switzerland. Switzerland will take on Spain. That will be on Friday at 7 p.m. And then Belgium, I think this is a one good game. Belgium will take on Italy on Friday at 10. Then on Saturday, we will have Czech Republic take on Denmark. Ukraine will take on England. Then we will have semi-finals on Tuesday, then and Wednesday. Then the finals will come on the weekend of 11th July, which will be on Sunday. And then talking about this, by the way, 80TV has come out to present you a gift, a prize for who will predict the 2 teams that will play on finals. Because apparently we have Ukraine, we have England, Czech Republic, Denmark, Belgium, Spain, and Switzerland. So out of these 2, out of the 8 teams, which 2 teams do you think will go to the finals? Predict that, and we'll be able to give you 2 GB of data. We know you all work from home now, literally. the Kamane isn't much, so we start, and maybe let's start off with supporting you with data in the lockdown. 2 GBs could push you for about 3 or 5 Zoom meetings regarding your consumption as we work from home, as we continue to observe the SOPs. 2 GBs of data, and on top of that, we have partnered with Think Innovation Uganda, and they have given us a prize. I think it's a flash disk. Yeah, it's a flash disk. So go down to our Facebook page at 8TV, on YouTube at 8TV, or Twitter at twitter.com/8TV. Comment who or which 2 teams you think will make it to the finals. Then we will contact you if you win. If you win, you'll have yourself 2 GBs of data together with a flash disk. So that is all we have for you. Then right about now, allow me to cross to the world of transfers. As we come to the end of today's show. As it regards transfers, Lionel Messi will be a free agent in the next 24 hours. Can I make a good joke? Yes, a good joke. Arsenal, where are you? Use that information the way you want. He will be a free agent in the next 24 hours, though it is clear that he could sign a contract extension that will keep him at Camp Nou until 2025. We start with Aston Villa, who are hopeful to be tying down their captain Jack Grealish, who is 25, down to a new 150,000 a week deal amidst interest from the Premier League's champions Manchester City for the England midfielder. Talking about Jack Grealish deal together with Harry Kane, Pep Guardiola came out and said they are ready with 100 millions for each. 100 million for Jack Grealish, 100 million for Harry Kane. I think anytime now we could wake up to the story of one of those 2 names crossing to a third, or maybe the 2 of them crossing. We are all not ready for Manchester City. These guys can splash cash. We are not ready for Pep Guardiola and his bald head. Then out from that, Juventus expect that the striker Cristiano Ronaldo, who is 36, has to make a decision on his future soon following Portugal's elimination from the Euro 2020. The defending champions, Portugal, were eliminated together with the World Cup champions, who are France. So we do not have champions in here. It's enough for Portugal. It's enough for France. So apparently, Cristiano Ronaldo still has a contract with the Italian side, Juventus, but he says he is still lost in the air. Him and his agent have not yet confirmed whether to renew the contract or maybe staying at Juventus or crossing. Then out from that, Manchester United sent a scout to France and Juventus midfielder Adrien Rabiot. Adrien Rabiot had a very, very good performance until Switzerland knocked them out. Regardless, he still put up a very good performance. So Manchester United had sent a scout to monitor his working outs, linking him to the Old Trafford side. Then Juventus have also entered the race to sign one midfielder, Granit Xhaka. So I think Italy has opened their eyes to Granit Xhaka. AS Roma wants him, together with now Juventus have shown interest. There we are for the 28-year-old Switzerland captain, who, before Arsenal changes its mind to give him a contract, he's still linked to a number of clubs. Then out from that, English midfielder Emily Smith-Rowe has verbal agreement to sign a new contract with Arsenal. Aston Villa have seen at least 2 times having their offers turned down by the North London side. For the 20-year-old, with their first offer of 25 million was dismissed, together with another offer of 30 millions. So we look up to that. Then away from that, Crystal Palace, Southampton, Norwich are all eyeing Borussia Dortmund's 29-year-old midfielder, Danish midfielder Awan Thomas Delne, whose contract with German side expires in 2022. Then Chelsea are also interested in signing 31-year-old Barcelona midfielder, that is Miralem Pjanic, this summer. The Bosnian only joined 12 months ago from Juventus, but then the Spanish side are looking to significantly reduce their wage bill. English midfielder Jack Harrison is a few hours away, expected to complete his permanent move to Leeds United this week, having been on loan with them from Manchester City for the past 3 seasons. Then Leeds are also set to complete the signing of Barcelona fullback, that is Junior Firpo, who is 24 after edging out several Premier League and Serie A clubs to land on the former Spain under-21 international player. And now Manchester United have again turned their attention away from Barcelona forward Ousmane Dembele, who is injury prone. Actually, I think yesterday or Monday, he has had again a surgery on his knee, and the Barcelona medical team, the French medical team as well, they anticipate he could be back into action in the next 4 months. Arsenal also are expected to submit an official bid for Sheffield midfielder, goalkeeper Aaron Ramsey, who is 23, after he returns from home from the Euro 2020 duty with England. We are told that Liverpool's talks of having the Brazilian midfielder Otavio from Porto have advanced. They are looking forward to having a replacement for Gini Wijnaldum, who signed for PSG. Aston Villa also interested in signing Manchester United centre-back Axel Tuanzebe on loan for the 2021-22 season, with the 23-year-old having 2 loan spells at Villa Park. Then, as I conclude, the deal to do with Sancho, I think every other time we wake up to Manchester United has agreed. Manchester United has agreed. Manchester United has agreed. I do not know how many times it will take them to agree, but not until this deal is so official, we are not safe anyway. So we have to look up to that. Then I think that is all we had for you today in the world of sports. Always catch us every single day, Monday to Thursday, 3 to 4 p.m. with your show host Erioda and Mesut, on our social media platforms at 8TV Facebook, 8TV Twitter, and my very own. Go down to Facebook and search for Erioda and Mesut Sports. Erioda and Mesut Sports. I will always be there. Like the page. I'll be bringing you the latest that transpires in the world of sports. I think that's all we had for you today. Let's do this again tomorrow, 3 to 4 p.m. Big shout out to my producer, Awan Henry Kabuga. If you think you can do better than him, a polite reminder to stop thinking. For now, we're out. Let's do this tomorrow. Same time, same station.
Elite Sports.
Nice basic rugby. James from behind, and J.R. Smith got the ball. What a block by LeBron.